Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. You know, I get a lot of requests for making things out of duct tape and the end of the rolls of duct tape, and this one is a very cute little end of the roll duct tape jewelry box. And this was asked for by Amy G. And Katie also asked if I would make a bowl, which if you take the lid off, you've got a bowl. So Katie, this is your bowl, and Amy, this is your box. Now, how you make this is going to be using every little bit and snip of a roll of duct tape. When I get my duct tape, a lot of it comes with one of these little paper sealing things that's on the end, and it tells you, who made it and all that kind of good stuff. But I have found that this is an awesome bottom and top for my box. So I'm actually going to save these and use these. So I've got these over here. So you want two tops of your box. You want one center of the roll, and you want a TP tube. Now, along with all of this good stuff, you're also going to need duct tape, of course, and you're going to need some parchment paper. You're going to need an X-Acto knife or scissors, and just remember, if you're going to use X-Acto knife, make sure that you have adult supervision. You're going to need a ruler and a work surface. And on this one, you are actually going to need a pen, and this is kind of important for tracing our bottom and our top. So a pen is kind of important to have. And this is just any ballpoint pen works the best. All right, I also have a glue gun over here that is hiding. I don't know if you can see that, but that's important to have. So first thing first, let me just pull this over here so we have a little workspace. What I'm first going to do is take my empty roll. And see how there's writing on the inside? Now, if you don't have writing on the inside and it's just plain, then you can just leave this. But that's not very attractive for the inside of my beautiful jewelry box. As you can see in my jewelry box, it's nice and clean inside. And so what I'm going to actually do is take strips of tape and put them on the inside. Now, you might think, oh, just take the strips and go boop, 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 all the way around, but that's going to give you a wrinkled effect. So what I actually have done is taken some tape and I've cut it into 4-inch strips that are 1 inch wide. And I'm just going to lay those strips right along the inside and make them fold over on either side of my tape roll. So I'm just going to take these and I'm going to make my way all the way around my tape roll. See that? I'm just laying them 1, 2, 3 around. Now the thing about this is I'm overlapping just like I do when I do my duct tape fabric. Just a tiny little bit, just so I make sure that I don't end up with any of the cardboard on the inside. So I would just continue doing this all the way around the outside. And I would actually, now see how I missed there? I'm going to pick it up and make sure that I get that covered. There we go. And you just want to do this all the way around. So I'm going to jump ahead here because I've actually got one that's already done here. And you can see the whole inside is done. Now, don't worry about the outer edge. Don't worry if there's one piece that's longer or one piece that's shorter. Don't worry about that at all because this whole thing is going to get covered. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create the bottom. So here's my piece of cardboard that came with my duct tape. I'm going to place my covered roll right on top, and I'm going to center it. And then what I'm going to do is take my pen and trace around the outside with my ballpoint pen. And this is why you want a ballpoint pen, because it isn't very much. When you look at that, see that? That is not very much. But I am going to come back and I'm going to just trim all that because I want this to be nice and flush. And if I put it right here like this, because it originally had tape on it, I've got a little too much of this cardboard here and I want it to be nice and flush. So I've actually already cut my bottom. And you want to use the white side on the inside and the writing side on the outside. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take my glue gun and I'm just going to put a bead of glue all the way around the outside. And then I'm just going to take my handy dandy cardboard bottom and place it, there we go, right on the bottom like that, so that it's all sealed up. Okay, now my bottom, I'm going to cover up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take strips of tape. And I'm going to go one strip. I'm going to take another strip. And I don't need a full strip for this, so I'm actually going to rip this in half long ways. And I'm going to put my second strip, that, and my third strip, like that. Now, this is where I use my X-Acto knife, and this is where my X-Acto knife is very important. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some tiny little slits around the outside here. And the reason I'm doing this is, once again, to make sure that I end up with a nice, smooth application of tape. And I'm going to go all the way around here, if you can see. All the way around. And I'm not going to get worried if it's long, if it's short, because once again, this is all going to get covered. Okay, so now I've got these slit, and I'm just going to start wrapping them around the bottom. And see how they take on a nice rounded shape? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go all the way around the bottom. And sometimes you need to overlap them a little bit to make sure that they line up nice and straight. So see how I'm overlapping that a little bit? I'm bringing that one over on top of that one because I've made these cuts. It's like sewing. When you're going around the outer edge, you get that seam, you're gonna make little small cuts so that it'll take that roundness, take that round shape really well. All right, I'm going to set this off to the side for right now because what I'm going to focus on now is my lid. Now, for KDM, I believe it was, you wanted a bowl. This is pretty much a bowl, right? And once you finish it, it's a bowl.